Hi everyone, it's American Girl in UK, and I'm here to talk about giving marriage notice, which is something that was different for me because we don't do that in the United States. At least I don't think we do. Maybe there's something different that's similar to it. But before you get married in the UK, you have to give a marriage notice. So I'm just gonna let you guys know how my experience was with it. So I am not a professional in this field. I'm just giving my own personal experience and account of what they had asked me and what we were expected to bring. So I am here in the UK on a fiance visa, but even if you're not on a visa, if you are a British citizen, you still have to give notice. When you make your appointment to give marriage notice with you and your fiance, it has to be at the very, very least 28 days before your planned marriage date. So just always think of a month. But I would definitely recommend doing at least maybe a couple months minimum of when your wedding date would be after the marriage notice appointment. So, when we gave our marriage notice, this is what we were expected to bring. So, since I am on a visa here, I of course had to bring my passport, which had my visa within that. My fiance also had to bring his passport as well. And we were even expected to bring new passport size photos. So we actually had to go take some passport photos at the local shop so that we could bring that into the appointment because they needed a new photo for each of us, which they took. But yeah, they just need one passport size photo, is all from each of you. That was the only thing we really had to go out of our way to go get, but it really wasn't too bad. There's photo booths at Tesco and at other shops that you can get that done. So we had our passports with us and then our passport photos. So when you go in there, this is again my experience, what they asked us. It might be different for other people, but I think it's pretty standard what they ask the couples. But they interviewed us separately. So what they had asked was our names. They asked our birth date. They will ask your fiance's name, of course, and their birth date. They will also ask where you are both living. If you're living together or if you're living separately, then you would give the different addresses. And then they will ask about the marriage date if you have it booked. You don't necessarily have to have it booked for the appointment. And if you don't, that's okay. But again, you wouldn't be able to book it, you know, a couple weeks from then because you have to give that month cushion of when you can get married. Also are going to ask your occupation and your fiance's occupation. So this question is optional, but they had asked if we wanted to include our parents on the marriage notice, and if you do, they will ask for their names and for their occupation of your parents. Again, that's optional, and I believe it's for ancestry purposes, is how that was kind of explained to me. So then their names would be displayed on the notice board, so do keep that in mind. It would be all public information if you choose to do that. They also asked if either of us have ever been married before, and both of us haven't, so we just said no. If you have, you probably want to bring some sort of documentation that shows maybe like the divorce or something like that. Definitely ask them on the phone when you give them a call to make your appointment, just to make sure, because that might be important information that they might need from you at the appointment. And this is something that they asked me personally, I believe because of me being on the visa. They asked how long I have been living at the residence with my fiance, which I told them how long it has been. And that is because if you are on a fiance visa like myself, you have to be living at that residence and prove that you've been living at that residence for a week at least. So I had been living there more than that. And that can be proven by having the tenancy agreement. So I brought the tenancy agreement with me to show that I have been living there and I am on the lease. And the last thing that they will ask is if you are related, which I know is kind of a funny question, but of course they have to ask that. And, so we just said no, and then that was pretty much it. So it was pretty quick. It was about maybe 10 minutes for each of us, maybe even less. And that was only just because they had to type in the information when we were answering the questions. So if you know somebody who's going to be getting married, maybe share this video and see if they know about this, because some people may have missed this information. I almost didn't know myself, but that's only because I was going through a visa process that I was looking into things that I found out about this. I don't even think my fiance knew about it, and he's a UK citizen, so definitely important to know. Let me know if you guys want to see some other videos, or if you have any questions, please feel free to comment down below. If you have any video suggestions that you would like to know about, feel free to comment below here. Please subscribe to my channel if you want to see some more helpful videos like this. I'm making this channel and making these videos to share my experience in hopes that it will help others of you who are maybe in a similar situation as me or are just looking for some more information about it. Thanks for watching.